Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on, guys, and coming to join me for another fun workout. Today I am going to focus on the lower body. We are going to do a lower body blast, okay? And we'll finish with a plank finisher. A couple minutes, about 3 minutes of a plank finisher. I'll give you many options throughout the workout. Again, I'm going to use between 8 pounds up to 12 pounds. I'm going to use my resistance band, and hold your second. I gotta get my ball. I'm going behind the scenes. And I'm bringing in my ball. And I'm gonna use a ball for my hamstrings. If you don't have a ball, I'll give you an option, okay? So don't worry about that. We are going to do 3 rounds of the lower body, okay? We're not gonna work with the tempo of the music today, so there'll just be music in the background. We are going to go 45 seconds of every exercise, okay? And again, we'll go 1 circuit through, and then we'll go back to the top, do it again, and repeat that 3 times. Then we'll finish off with that core. Core is really from the shoulders to the hips. We want this to be strong. If from your shoulders to the hips aren't strong, we put ourselves into a little bit of trouble. So we want to stay strong and happy. Alrighty, so we'll warm it up. We are just going to take it shoulder width apart, like I always like to start. I always like to set your form up. So always remember, pull those shoulders back and down. Chin's gonna be tucked. You always want to tuck those ribs in, so you don't want them flaring, because we have the tendency of arching our back, flaring our ribs. So again, tuck in. So you feel like you're pulling your ribs in line with your hips, okay? Then you're gonna have a little bit of a pelvic tilt there. Squeeze those glutes, pull the shoulders from the ears like I just said, and we're just gonna take a big breath up. So take some big breaths up to start with, and exhale out. Big breath up, and exhale. Let's do 2 more of those. Exhale, and then 1 more big breath. And then exhale, and then we're gonna just start with a hinge. So we're gonna take the hands behind the head, we're gonna hinge slow back, squeeze the glutes. So we're gonna hit those movement patterns that we're gonna use, again, in the lower body workout. So he'll let those hips hinge back. When you're hinging, those hips always shoot to the back of the room, but we don't wanna go into a squat. The knees can be soft. It depends on your range of motion through your hamstrings, and you wanna lift that bum. You wanna, again, keep that spine nice and neutral, so shoulders are tucked like right around the spine. And you want to pull those lats in. Let's go for 4 more of those. Nice and slow. Keep those eyes down, but don't drop that head. Let's go 2 more. Squeeze those glutes, and remember not to arch the back when you come down. Now we'll go into a squat. So we're going to go down, and then we'll squeeze in. So on that squat, your hips are coming back, but they're coming down at the same time, okay? So down, squeeze the glutes at the top. Be really mindful on what that body's doing, because sometimes we just go through the motions and we don't think about what those muscles should be doing. So squeeze the glutes at the top, squeeze the quads at the top. Remember, you're having fun. Last 3. 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Now let's put that together, a hinge and a squat. So we'll hinge, then we'll squat down, and we'll take that hinge, and we'll squat down. Beautiful. Little hinge, little squat. Let's do that 5 more times. So nice and slow, take it at your own pace, just warming everything up that we're gonna be using. We wanna set ourselves up for success here. Okay, last 3. And I'm not very good with my counting sometimes, so bear with me. Awesome, you guys. Okay, 1 more to go. Last 1. And then I'm gonna take it side to side. So we're gonna squat, we're gonna 2 squats to the side. Actually, let's go 4. We'll go 4, why not? And then we'll go 4 squats to the other side. Nice and easy. That's it, guys. Taking your time, we're gonna do that again. Warming those glutes up, those hamstrings, those quads. That's it. 4 more. 3, then we'll do it last time. 2, so 4 more back. Awesome. And then 4 more back the other way. Last 2, last Last one and last time. And then we're just gonna take it to a nice lunge back on the spot, okay? So we'll take it back to a lunge and then a hamstring. We'll lunge it back. I like to do this one often. So give me a lunge and then open up through that hamstring. Give me a lunge. Now I broke my toe about a week and a half ago. So watch out for my lunges. They may not be very good because of my balance, because of my toe. Last one right here. Then we'll switch sides, okay? We'll lunge back and forward. Awesome, you guys. That's it. Let's go 5 more. Just take your time with it. Awesome. Okay, last 2. Big open chest at the top here. And last 1. Nice and easy. Now we're gonna take it side step. So we're gonna just step side to side, okay? Let's just give it a little bicep curl here. We're gonna be using these patterns as we go through the workout, okay? So just nice, simple steps. Awesome. Slow arms, quick feet. Makes our brain work a little more. Awesome, guys. That's it. Let's go a couple more times. Beautiful. 2 more times. And last one, then take it to a light rotation, side to side. Awesome. Looking good, guys. Let's go 8 more little rotations. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Then I'm going to go back to the side again one more time, but quick arms this time. Awesome. Quick little arms, quick little feet. See if I can make it work. I'm so used to working with music that when I don't is when I mess up. You got it, guys. 4 more times. 4, 3, 2, and 1 more set of rotations. Are you ready? Bringing it in. Then I think we're ready to rally, ready to go. Have some fun. 8 more. 8, 7, elbows are up. Last 4, 3, 2, and give me a little shakeout. Awesome, guys. Okay, so remember, you set the bar for yourself. You're gonna go where you're comfortable with your resistance. I'm gonna start off with 2 12-pounders. You can go with the single. I'm gonna start off with a goblet squat to start. So the weight will sit into your chest. So whether you're doing 1 or 2, if you're 1, you're right here. Always want to remember to keep the shoulders back and down. Think about what the ribs are doing, pull them in, and make sure that pelvic floor is zipped up right to the belly button. Are you ready? So we'll take it down. We'll take it slow down for 2 into the squat. Slow up, squeeze the glutes at the top. I want you to be super mindful. So we've got 45 seconds here. Be super mindful of where you're going with that control on the way down and the way up. And be, again, really mindful on what those muscles are doing. We like that mind-muscle connection. Breathe in. Awesome, you guys. So again, depending on where you are in your fitness and how often you do resistance training, you want to gauge yourself with your resistance, okay? Make sure you're comfortable and you can set your form up properly. We got it. We've got 10 seconds to go, guys. Squeeze the glutes at the top. Last 5. Awesome. Last 2. Let's go 1 more. We can fit it in. And last 1. Perfect. Now just shake it out. So in between, as we transition, is our recovery. We're gonna go into a hinge now. So we're going more into a pulling action. We're gonna take those shoulders back and down. Again, ribs are nice and flat. And we're gonna hinge from the hips, so keeping it slow. So 45 seconds on again, squeeze the glutes at the top. Eyes are down, focusing on that hinge. Squeeze those glutes. Don't arch the back. So think of almost like you're rotating your pelvis. You're not throwing your back out, okay? Think of those butts squeezing. Awesome, keeping the weight really close to your legs and tucking those big lat muscles into your back pocket. Awesome, guys. You always want to pull those shoulders back and around the spine. That's it, good squeeze. Keep the control there. Squeeze at the top. You want to go 4 more of these, guys. 3, that'll fit that time in. Last 2, 1 more to go. And last one, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna put one weight down and I'm gonna go into a goblet forward back lunge. Now you can use both weights to the side if you want. I feel a little more comfortable because of my toe. So we're gonna come into a forward, step in, and a back lunge, step in, okay? So we're gonna go for 45 seconds each leg. Are you ready? Nice and tall, here we go. We're gonna take it down, step in, we're gonna take it back. So again, everyone's gonna be working at different tempos. I'm gonna be fairly slow with this because of my toe here. You got it, guys. So you wanna remember, the leg that's in front is the main working leg. You're gonna push through that heel, ground that weight right in to that heel. We got this, team. Oh yes. Okay, we have 10 seconds left. Keeping it nice and tall, keeping those hips nice and square. Maybe the last one in here. And then we're gonna switch sides, okay? Are you ready? Nice and tall, taking it forward and shifting it back. Nice and tall. Really long again, bear with me. Trying not to crash. The toe feels okay so far. You got it, guys. 30 seconds to go. And everything happy. Beautiful. Whoops, there it goes. Okay, I think we've got time for last one. I better pay attention. Here we go, one more forward and back. Awesome, guys. Take a breath. I'm gonna pick up my second weight. Actually, I'm gonna put down my weights now. We're gonna pick up our band, okay? So we're gonna take the band and we're gonna go around the kind of mid-calves ankle area. So we're gonna do a little abduction to work on the smaller glutes now. So shoulders back and down. We're gonna move 4 across and 4 back, and we've got 45 seconds, okay? Are you ready? Here we go. So I want you to keep those feet straight ahead. We'll go back the other way. Body's nice and tall. You got it. And again, your tempo might be a little quicker than mine, but make sure you have good control. You keep tension on the band as you move. You don't want it kind of loosening up on you, okay? That's why we kind of only come about hip width apart back to the center, all right? So we can keep tension on that band. 15 more seconds to go, guys. That's it. Awesome. Okay, last time forwards, little quicker. And last one. Awesome, okay, we can take that band off, give it a little bit of a shake out, and then we're gonna pick up our ball. We're gonna take it to the ground. So if you don't have a ball, I will give you the option of stepping out. If you have a ball, we're gonna bring the legs on top of the ball, and we're gonna bring the hips up and roll in. So we wanna glue the hands to the ground. We're gonna take the hips up, we're gonna roll in, keeping the hips up, and roll out. Now the option is to roll in, drop down if you need a little bit more of a break, okay? If you don't have a ball, you're gonna take it here, ankles and knees in line, but you're gonna step out, 1, back in 1. You're gonna go 5 on one side, then you'll switch 5 on the other. So those hamstrings get more involved in this, okay? So those are your options. We're gonna go into that in 5 seconds here. So we're gonna lift up that ball. If you're on that ball, if you're not, you're stepping out. Here we go, we've got 45 seconds. So roll it in, keep the core strong, roll it out. Awesome. You want to make sure you're nice and parallel from the shoulders to the hips and the knees, okay? So if you need to drop, like I said, in between with those hips and then bring it back up, you definitely can do that. You can focus. I tell you, my hamstrings always feel these guys. Keeping that core all zipped up. We've got 15 seconds, guys. So remember, you can step out. Awesome. Last two. You got one more for me? And last one. Oh yes, good, happy hamstrings. All right, last exercise. We're gonna go into a bridge. So if you are on the ball, you're gonna be 90 degrees with the knees. If you are on the ground, ankles under the knees, hip knee ankle alignment, okay? Ribs are flat in both positions. We're gonna squeeze the glutes up. We don't wanna arch the back, ribs are flat. Here we go, so we're lifting up and we're slowly down if you're on that ball. So it adds some instability. So it makes our hamstrings and our core work a little bit harder. And again, if you don't have a ball, you're right here. Slowly squeeze down. So we're opening up that hinge. You got it. So wherever you are happy. 20 seconds to go, guys. Going up and down. Beautiful. My hamstrings are gonna feel this tomorrow too. You got it, guys. Focus on the breathing. Let's get two more in there. And then the last one, oh my goodness. Give it a shake out. Okay, slowly bringing ourselves back up. That's round one down. We are going to go into round two. If you need some water, please feel free to grab it. Just gotta stick this little mic in my back pocket. And we're gonna pick up the weights again, okay? So again, if you wanna go a little heavier, you can always double up with the weight, like I said at the beginning. If not, just taking that weight in front. We wanna go again, hip knee ankle alignment, and we wanna let those hips come back and down. So chest is proud, ribs are nice and flat. And here we go. We're going down nice and gentle. Back up, squeeze those glutes. We've got 45 seconds. And again, if you wanna work a little quicker than me, you can just keep everything in control. Once we start getting out of control, that's when injuries start to happen, and we don't want that to happen. You can squeeze at the top. You got it, guys. Hanging on in there. We always have to hang on in there. Oh yes. Okay, last 20 seconds. We got this. Think of what those glutes are doing at the top. Nice, good control on the way down. Okay, last two. And last one. Beautiful, and then bring it back up. We're gonna go back to the hinge. So as we transition, take a breath. Shoulders are back, ribs are flat. Tuck those lats in your back pocket. We're hinging, keep that weight close. Are you ready? Here we go, 45 seconds on. Squeeze at the top. Again, if you wanna work a little quicker, you can. Just make sure, again, you're mindful of that movement. Awesome. Good squeeze at the top. So really focusing on the back of the legs here, those hamstrings and the glutes, even those lower back muscles, all through your back. Everything has to work hard on the back side of us here. You got it, guys. Okay, let's go 10 more seconds. We've got this. Good squeeze at the top. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Oh yes, let's go two more. Then one more. Awesome. Give it a little bit of a shake out. I'm gonna drop one weight. You can keep both. You can keep them on the side of your body for the forward back lunge, or you can go with one weight with me because I feel a little bit more comfortable with my toe. Shoulders are back and down. We've got 45 seconds each leg. Are you ready? Here we go. We've got a forward lunge and back. So just pausing in the center so you can get your balance. You can set yourself up for success on your lunges. That's it. Beautiful. And remember, if you don't want to use any weight, you don't have to use any weight. Body weight sometimes is just enough. It's what we need. Oh yes. Taking our time. Watching my toe. Oh yeah. Okay, we can get one more in there. Last one back. Beautiful. Switching sides. Oh yes, when you're working big muscles, those heart rates go up. Are you ready? Here we go. We're going forward. We're going back. Keeping those hips nice and square. Like I always say, remember you're having fun. It's the most important. We're in this together, guys. Oh yes. There's always ways to progress in exercises, always. Last 10 seconds. Can you give me one more forward and back? Might be a little bit longer than 10 seconds on that one. Awesome, you guys. Alrighty, picking up the red band. Well, mine's red. I don't know what color yours is. We're gonna throw that around our ankles, and hey, if you don't have one, just follow the movement. Okay, so this time we'll pick up the tempo a little bit more for 45 seconds. Get those little small glutes burning up. Are you ready? Here we go. We're going 4, 3, 2, 1. Other side. Get a good burn here. Keeping the feet nice and parallel and keeping tension throughout the band. You got it, guys. Now you can slow it down or you can pick it up a little bit more, but think of the control, think of the tension. Awesome. Burning bums. Burning bums. We need those butts to be strong. They keep us stable and standing tall. Okay, let's get that in one more time. Here we go, last time. Whew, they're burning. 2, 3, and take it off. Shake her out. Okay, let's go back to those little hamstrings. We'll throw that guy down. We're gonna pick up that ball. Just gonna move my little mic for a second so I don't crash again. All right, it's not fun to sit on this. Let's take it down, guys. So again, if you don't have the ball, I'll give you the modifications. We're just gonna take it down and we are going to place it. It's gonna make sure my mic is still on. I have a tendency to turn it off. All right, so again, legs are straight on top of the ball. We're gonna lift the hips up and we're gonna roll in. I will take the ball away and give you the options of the other one also. So hips are up, zip up that core. We've got 45 seconds on the clock. Are we ready? Here we go. So we're rolling in. We want to keep the hips up. Again, keeping those ribs flat, nice and parallel with the hips. Squeezing that core, squeezing everything. And again, breathing. Keep that guy going. If you don't have that ball, you're in that bridge position where you're stepping out and you're coming back in, and you're going to alternate the legs, putting more tension on those hamstrings, okay? Those are your options. Gotta find my ball. They have minds of their own. That's it, guys. Let's go for 10 more seconds. We've got 10 seconds left. Oh yes. Remember, you can drop the hips in between too. So you want to be up on the shoulder blades here also. Let's go one more roll in. Then slowly release the hips. We're gonna bring those little feet in. And we're gonna go 90 degrees. So if you don't have the ball, your feet are on the ground. I will show you in a moment. If you're on that ball, hip, knee, ankle alignment, we wanna place those hands glued to the ground. We're lifting up and down. So we've got 45 seconds on the clock. Good squeeze of the glutes at the top. Just remember not to arch your back. Squeeze the glutes. Again, ribs are nice and flat. Again, we're pushing those arms into the ground. We're squeezing those glutes. So we really want to make sure that we're really firing those glutes up, letting them do their job. So remember, if you don't have a ball, feet are down, ankles in line with the knees, squeezing the glutes, same thing. Keeping the ribs nice and flat. I know I say it a lot. It's just a really good reminder. Keep the glutes strong. Don't arch those backs. And we want to be parallel with the hips and the knees when we come up. Let's go one more. Beautiful. And then we're gonna slowly come back up. And we've got one more round, guys. So we're gonna tuck that ball in, and then we're gonna go into that plank finisher. I think I'm gonna put my little mic right there, just so I don't disconnect. All right, guys, so take a breath, grab some water. I am going to grab my, again, dumbbells. So I'm gonna go with double 12s for the last set. Again, go where you're comfortable. We're going into that goblet squat. We want to keep the shoulders back and down. Remember, tuck those lats in the back pocket. Ribs are nice and flat. Bring the weight into the heels so the hips come back and down. Let's go 45 seconds. So slow, squeezing the glutes on the top. Slow down, so nice, good control over that exercise. You got it. I love to do these, guys. Lots of function towards them. We squat a lot. We want to continue to get off the couch and on the couch. I cannot talk. That's it, guys. Good squeeze at the top. Watch those knees don't fall in. And just keeping that chest nice and proud. Beautiful. We've got 15 more seconds here. Squeeze those glutes at the top. So same thing, rotate the pelvis, squeeze them. Don't arch the back. Can you give me a couple more? Oh, yes. And then one more to go. We'll take it back up. Take a breath, just transitioning into our hinge. So we want to tuck those shoulders back and down. Again, ribs are flat. Let those hips go back to the opposite end of the room, keeping the weights close. So slow, good squeeze at the top. 45 seconds on the clock, guys. So same thing, I always like to remind people, when you come up, don't arch the back. Don't put your body into this position, okay? All you want to do is stand up tall and then rotate the pelvis, squeeze the glutes. Because remember, that's what those glutes do. They do hip extension, they open upper hips. Squeeze them. You got it, guys. And again, if you want to have a little bit of a quicker tempo, that's great. Just remember to keep everything within your control. We want to control the weights. We don't want the weights controlling us. Okay, we've got 10 more seconds, guys. Good squeeze. We're really working the whole posterior chain, the whole back side of us here. Oh yes, let's go 2 more. And then 1 more to go. And we're gonna bring that up. We're gonna take a breath. And then we're gonna switch it out into the forward back lunge. So again, I'm gonna go with the 2 8-pounders this time, just to show you where you can hold the weights either to the side. I was doing the goblet one just because of my toe. So shoulders are back and down. We're gonna come forward and back. So nice and slow, 45 seconds. Here we go. So taking it down, stepping it back. So just always coming back to the center to set yourself up for success, okay? There's different options with this one, but we're gonna stick here. If you wanna keep the weight up on the shoulders, you can also do it this way. Gives it a different kind of feel. You got it, team. Okay, last 15 seconds. Nice 90 degree with the knees, and keeping that body nice and upright with that pelvis nice and square. And last one, perfect. Shift it around. If you want to come into this position, you can also do this. Are you ready? 45 seconds for the other leg. Here we go. Guiding my toe here. Beautiful. So really remember to drive from that front heel, keeping that body nice and tall. Wherever you're comfortable with that weight. So many options. Okay, 10 seconds to go, you guys. Oh yes. Okay, last one. Beautiful. And then we're gonna shake that guy out for a second. Taking a breath, we're gonna put that band back on our ankles. So just dropping the weight, throwing your band around your ankles or mid-calf. You can always even go around the knees. Depends on the intensity. It's going to be a little harder as we follow down the leg. So again, we always want to keep tension on that band. Zip up that core. So tight. Again, bring those ribs to the hips. Just a little rotation. Nice and open through the chest, lats in your back pocket. Here we go, 45 seconds. We're going to tempo the whole time here. Okay, so we're going to work with quicker steps. Awesome, you guys. Just burn out that bum. Burn that bum out in a good way. Awesome. Oh, I tell you, this one gets me every time. But it is such a good exercise for our small glutes. Such a good exercise. 15 seconds to go, guys. We can do this together. Oh, yes. Last time back. Awesome. Take it off. Shake her on out. Okay, one more set of hamstrings and one more set of bridges. Little hip thrusts. Okay, we've got this, guys. We're in this together. Taking it down. 45 seconds on the clock. Remember your options. Hands are glued to the ground, ribs are flat, core is nice and strong. Are you ready? Here we go. Lift, and we're rolling it out. 45 seconds on the clock. Beautiful. So really keeping those hips up the best you can. Option again, those ankles underneath the knees. Again, just stepping out and in, then the opposite side and in. You got it, guys. Let's go 10 more seconds on the clock. Just rolling or stepping. Awesome, last two. You can get one more in there. And the last one, drop the hips slow. Bring those feet into 90 degrees or on the ground. Glue yourself in, keep everything nice and strong. Are you ready? Here we go. Hips are up and down. Squeeze the glutes at the top. So you're rotating the pelvis, you're squeezing the glutes, but you're keeping that back nice and flat. So you don't want to go up too high and arch that back. It's all about what those glutes are doing. Those hamstrings are doing a little bit for us here too. And that core is working hard. You got it, guys. Okay, 15 more seconds. If you're not with the ball, you're right here with me. Good squeeze of the glutes. Just be super mindful of what those muscles are doing. Awesome. Let's go two more. And then one more, we can fit it in. Awesome. And then slowly bringing yourself back up. Beautiful. We're going to set that ball aside. We're going to take a breath, and we are going to move in to our plank action. So we're going to do about 5 minutes, maybe 3 to 5 minutes of planks. So I'm going to hold for 30 seconds. I'm going to do a plank on forearms, plank on the side. I am going to let a Okay guys, we are going to go into our plank action, okay? So we're gonna go 3 to 5 minutes. If you need to break it all, break. We're gonna do 30-second segments. So we're gonna go between center planks, side planks, center side. We'll break in between before we hit that second round. I will give you options through the whole time, okay? So we've got 30 seconds of each. Here's the first option. This is kind of a bear plank position. You can be here. Second option is to elevate yourself on your elbows, where your elbows are in line with the shoulders. You can elevate yourself onto a couch or a table that's higher than this, whatever is more comfortable. I'd rather see you elevate than drop to your knees, but if you want to drop to your knees, you can drop to your knees also, okay? So I'm gonna keep myself elevated so everyone can see what it's like. And I'm gonna keep my toes out. So we're gonna start off again, 30 seconds. We wanna set ourselves upright. We wanna pull the shoulders away from the ears, tuck in those lats in our back pocket. Zip up that pelvic floor and pull that belly button up. Don't drop through that lower back. We've got 30 seconds, guys. Taking big breaths here. Remember to breathe and remember not to drop that head. You want to look down, but you don't want to let that head hang. You want to keep everything in one long line. So if I was to hold a dowel, a broomstick from your head to your head and your middle back and your bum would touch all of those points. Okay, we've got 2 seconds to go. We're gonna switch into a side plank. Now I'm gonna go on the floor for this one. Your option is to start here, and then if you want, you can take it either here or here. Are you ready? 30 seconds on the clock. Zip up that hip, zip up that core, wherever you are comfortable, okay? Breathe and squeeze every single muscle in your body. When we are planking, everything is working, and we want to make sure we are focused on that. You got it. We've got 10 seconds to go, guys. Keep breathing. Last one, and then we're going to go back to the center, okay? So we're going to take a breath. If you need to drop to your knees, if you need to elevate, you can elevate. We've got 30 seconds. Keep breathing. You can also come into this position also if you're just starting out. Keep that going. I'm going to switch sides. We've got 15 seconds left, guys. Remember, keep everything nice and solid. Don't drop through that lower back. Pull up that pelvic floor. Okay, we've got last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then we're going to shift onto the side. So remember, your first option, second option, third option is either here or tucked right under, okay? You got it. Zip up the hip. We've got 30 seconds. Take some breaths. You want to make sure that shoulder is in line with the elbow. And if you want to keep the hand down, you can also keep the hand down. Just keeping everything nice and strong. You guys are awesome. Okay, last 5 seconds. Then one more time in the center, so wherever you're comfortable, if you want to drop to those knees, if you want to elevate, go where you're comfortable. 30 seconds, so we're going to take a break and we're going to do that one more round. The greatest thing about planks is they are so good for everything. Our core, all of those muscles in our body has to work. And then relax. And I just want you to give it a child's pose. Take a breath. Take some big breaths in, and then we're going to go one more round. We're going to take another 15 seconds here, guys. Just taking some big breaths in there. You got it. And then slowly working our way back. I'm going to go back to the board just to give you those options. And we're going to go 30 seconds on the clock. Are you ready? On your mark, get set, and go. Zipping up that core. Squeeze those glute muscles. Keep that core, those core muscles all, like our core muscles are from our shoulders to our hips. And again, our legs are hanging out there. We want to make sure those legs are nice and strong too. So think of every single muscle in your body. Keep breathing, because breathing is important. It's probably the number one thing keeps us alive. That's it. Last 3, 2, and 1. If you are elevated on your side plank, just make sure you feel in line, okay? Option again is here or here, and you can still be on your elbow if you're, again, elevated. It's a little harder to be on your elbow if you're not elevated, so you may want to be on that hand. Keep holding, you guys. We've got about 10 seconds left. Wherever you are happy. Last 4, 3, 2, then we're going to go right back to the center, okay? So same thing, if you need to drop to the knees, if you need to bring yourself onto the board or onto the couch, wherever you're comfortable. Keep breathing, zip everything up. I'm going to shift. Awesome. Okay, we've got 10 seconds. Remember, you're having fun. And then we're going to switch to the side again. So whatever's more comfortable for you. Option again, here, here. Awesome, you guys. Or taking the feet unstacked. Really keep everything nice and strong. About 10 seconds to go. And one more time in the center, and we are done. And then slowly back to the center. Again, zip everything up. If you want to drop the knees, again, elevating. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. You got it, you guys. 10 more seconds. We can do anything for 10 seconds. We got this. Last 4, 3, 2, and we did it. Give yourself a little bit of a child's pose. Taking a big breath here. Awesome, you guys. And then we're gonna come on to all fours. We're gonna just push the ground away. And we're just gonna go into a little bit of a cat-cow. We're just gonna slow everything down. Roll through the spine. Lift the tail. We want to inhale as we look up and lift. And exhale as we tuck the tail and push the ground away. Let's go one more time. And then exhale. Awesome. And then just taking it back to that tabletop position, nice and gentle. We're going to take it over on to the floor. And we're going to just take ourselves down onto our back. We're going to go into a nice dynamic hamstring passive stretch. So we're going to take the hand behind the leg and we're just going to move through it. We'll hold it for a few seconds at the top and then we'll slowly release. Nice and gentle. Awesome. Focusing on breathing into that diaphragm. Big belly breaths. And just go one more time each side. Beautiful. And the last one. And then we're just going to place those feet down. We're going to take one leg over top and we're going to slowly again push this knee away from us. So if you find it's really falling into you, just gently press. And if you are comfortable bringing it into that figure 4 position, you can bring it in the figure 4 position. But if you are comfortable here, especially if the knee is coming in so much, just keep it there, just gently press out so we really focus on opening up through the hip rotators. That's it. And then just take some big breaths, making sure that that pelvis is on the ground. Just one more big breath. And then exhale. And then switch sides, nice and gentle. So same thing, setting yourself up wherever you're comfortable, slowly bringing it in towards you. And then again, taking some big breaths, just really opening up through those glutes. They worked hard for us today. We want to be nice to them. And one more big breath. And we're going to take those knees in together. We're going to push, again, those knees towards the floor. So just nice and gentle, opening it through the lower back and those glutes at the same time. And then just taking one more big breath. We're going to slowly rock ourselves up. We're going to bring ourselves into a 90-90 position. We take the hands behind us. And then we're going to just open up through the front part of our body. Now, if you want to extend it a little bit more, you can come up with me. And you can extend that one arm, opening through the hip and those quads a little bit more, through the front part of the body. Nice and open, taking some big breaths. And then one more big breath, and we're going to release down, and we're going to switch our 90-90 to the other side. Same thing, extending through the chest, opening up. If you want to come a little bit more, just opening right through. Big breath. So really pushing that arm away from the ground. And one more big breath. Exhale down. Awesome. I'm going to cross my legs. If you are not comfortable here, you can always extend them or you can sit in a chair, okay? So if you are in this position, we're going to come into a seated forward fold or the cross-legged forward fold. Then we're going to exhale forward nice and gentle to where you're comfortable. So if you are here, just into this position. So obviously when the legs are, again, straight, we're going to get a little more hamstring in there. And here we're going to get a little more lower back. And then we're going to take a big breath. We're going to walk to one side. And then you're going to take another big breath and you're going to walk to the other side. And then one more time back to the center. And then we're gonna roll up right here. And if your legs are straight, same thing. You're gonna rotate one hand to the side. We're gonna take that other hand towards the knee if you're in a cross-legged position. You're gonna open up through the chest. So if you're in that straight leg position, you're just rotating nice and long through the spine. And then one more big breath, and then rotating the other side and opening up. Awesome. And then you just take it back to the center. If you are here, I just want you to open up through that chest nice and straight. If you are here, right here, and again, if you are in a chair, that's great too. And just releasing the shoulders. Again, take a big breath through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. One more time. Exhale, and then let's just do one more gentle stretch with that neck. So just slowly take the head towards the shoulder, but you want to pull the shoulders away from the ears. And then last time. Other side. And then bringing it back to the center and take one more big breath through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Shake out your shoulders and arms. Give yourself a high five. I hope you guys enjoyed that workout. I hope your legs feel it and your butt feels it tomorrow in a good way, because we want to make those muscles happy. But we don't necessarily have to be sore the next day. Just because you're not sore doesn't mean you haven't had a good workout. So I want you to remember that, okay? What we did for our muscles today was fabulous, and we want to keep our muscles healthy as we age. Remember, our muscles are our body armor. They do so much to protect us from disease. They protect our bones. They do so much for us. So keep taking care of those muscles. I love you guys. Remember to subscribe. Give me the thumbs up if you like it. Give me some suggestions. If you have any comments, write them down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next one. Woo!